Oh, fancy seeing me here. Fancy seeing you here. I guess we'll address the elephant in the room that I haven't been on YouTube for like 8 months. That'll be another video for another time. But I can't let the year start without doing my yearly Meg O Beauty Awards. And if you've been around for any length of time, you know that I film a yearly favorites video every single year. It is one of my favorite things to do. It's one of my favorite things to look back on and just see all of the products that I've been testing and trying throughout the year. And these are the ones that really stood out to me. So let's dive right in. We have a lot to talk about. We'll address like not being on YouTube for a little while in another video. If you're new here, hi, my name is Meg and I am a OG beauty blogger. I've been creating content for now over 16 years and I love reviewing beauty. Today's video for my Meg O Beauty Awards is we're going to be chatting about products that I discovered in the year that I really just kept going back to. Let's start with primer. I really only had one. I am almost out of it. This really stood out to me. I was like, this possibly can't be that good, but it really is fantastic. And this is the iconic London Underglow Blurring Primer. I don't know that it blurs much. I don't know that it's super glowy. For some reason, I just feel like it creates this amazing hydrated base. You can achieve an amazing hydrated base using skincare, but I feel like this just gives it an extra something. And then I'm gonna chat about this product that isn't necessarily a primer. I thought this was such a unique and innovative product launch. I know makeup artists tend to use other products to mix and thin out foundations and things like that, but this is the one size base thinner. It is this pearlescent, kind of serum-y cream lotion, if you will, and you can mix it with any of your foundations and it thins out the consistency of the product and it also just shears out the coverage as well. So it'd be the idea of mixing your foundation with a moisturizer to create more of a tinted moisturizer, which you can absolutely do, but I just feel like everything I've tried this with that I wanted to mix with, I feel like this just works really well, and you can't really say the same for moisturizers. You know, sometimes they don't mesh really well together. This is a fantastic product. I feel like this just also makes my foundations go on so much more smoother, more hydrated, so I feel like that's what makes it such a great mixing medium for your foundations. I thought this was such a standout product. There really isn't much like this out there, especially for the average consumer to go and buy at Sephora. This is just really great. Now let's get into the foundations. I have 3. One kind of came at the end of the year, but we're gonna start with what I feel like is my number one. And this kind of blew me away. I was not expecting it. This is the Misha Perfect Cover Serum BB Cream. If you know the original Misha BB Cream, I feel like this is better than that. The other one does have SPF, but I always apply a layer of SPF anyway. This, I feel like it just looks like a filter on your face. It has the most amazing coverage, but it feels incredibly lightweight. It is hydrating. It's perfect for mature skin. It is just everything that I love in a base, and this is super affordable too. It's definitely under $20, which some of these drugstore prices are way up there. If you have not tried it, you can grab it on Amazon, and of course, everything I'm talking about is linked below and in the pinned comment. So the next foundation that I really thought was a standout, wonderful foundation this year was the Maybelline Lumi Matte Foundation. This gives great coverage. It's buildable. You can wear it at about medium coverage, but you can also build it if you want more coverage. And it definitely is that Lumi Matte. It's not super matte. So if you have mature skin or dry skin and you feel like when you hear the word matte, you're like, I don't know about that, you will probably like this because it gives that really skin-like finish. I feel like when I wear foundations that are too glowy and too dewy, it emphasizes every little line, every little pore. So I prefer something that is a satin skin-like finish because it makes me look a little bit more blurred, and this definitely does that for me, and I really have enjoyed this. This is the foundation that I found at the end of the year that absolutely blew me away, and it is the Natasha Denona High Glam Foundation. I love her concealer. That concealer is one that I wore all year. Like, I'm telling you, I wore it to death this year, but I put it in my 2023 beauty favorites, so I can't technically mention it today. So just so you know that. But if you love her concealer, you are going to love this. It is the most beautiful skin-like, everything that I like in a foundation. Very serum feeling, lightweight, just amazing on the skin. I didn't really feel like there was a lot of super interesting launches this year, to be quite honest, and this one, loved it, loved it. We're gonna get into concealers. I really just have a corrector and concealer to talk about, and this Essence corrector, it is like $4.99. The most amazing lightweight serum formula, corrects amazing. So I always use a color corrector underneath my concealer, and this is in the medium shade, which is a peachy, orangey undertone to it, which for me works best for the dark circles under my eyes, but they have other shades, so you can certainly pick one that works for you. But it's just amazing. It's $4.99. Like, hello, this is crazy. It is so good. And then the concealer that I really liked this year, I worked with Fiera Cosmetics on a few campaigns this year, and they were a great brand partner to work with. They're such a great company, and I truly really enjoyed their all-in-wonder foundations and concealer product, so you can use it as both. It is got great coverage. A little goes a long way. I like to warm it up on the back of my hand and just like tap it around the skin, and it's just so easy to work with. It is mature skin friendly. Fiera Cosmetics is a brand that is formulated specifically for women over 40, so I really like that mission. So loved that. Now, I feel like this is the year of the powder for me, because when I'm looking at the powders, I've got a lot to talk about. The first one is not a new release by any means when we're talking about the formula and the product itself, but this is the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Under Eye Setting Powder, but they released different shades of it this year, and this is in the soft pink shade. I feel like their original, I guess it's translucent shade, was way too bright for me under my eyes. I feel like it just sort of like emphasized the darkness and the texture a little bit on me, but this pink shade for some reason just works as the most incredible blurring under eye setting powder, and I love to use it on a little fluffy brush and just like barely tap the lightest amount of it into the under eye, and it is the perfect way to set. I do not really use powder puffs under my eyes anymore. I have a whole video series on my TikTok and Instagram about makeup tweaks for over 40 that I can absolutely link below. I have a lot of great videos showing you how I use these products. I can also turn this into a YouTube series if you want that for me to go a little bit more in depth. I think that would be a lot of fun. I'm sidebarring. Okay, second powder I want to chat about is from Morphe. This is their Cloud Light Soft Glow Veil. I have it in two different shades. What is this one? Sunrise. I feel like this is the best one for my skin tone. Obviously they have a deeper one, and then they have this lighter one. I feel like this is not good under the eyes. I feel like this just emphasized every little piece of texture underneath my eyes, so I do not recommend this for under the eyes, but this is great around the face. This also works. It's like a very like lightweight, soft, focused powder that has a little bit of sheen to it, but it's not glittery. It's just a perfect formula. It runs out so fast though. I feel like I just blow through it. I have another product actually that's similar to this. It's a little bit more expensive. I feel like this stood out amongst all of the things that were getting released this year. This was just a standout product for me. I don't know how I feel about brands like MCO Beauty, which is just a straight up dupe brand, right? I bought a bunch of their stuff this year and I've been trying a lot of it, and it's fine. If you want to dupe for a certain product, they've got it. Well, not everything, but they've got a lot of the viral high-end products that are duped. If you're gonna get one thing of theirs, you have to try their pressed powder. It is straight up a copy of the Charlotte Tilbury. This is truly it. And it's pretty accessible because you can get it on Amazon, and so it's easy to find. I've also seen it in store a lot. If you really just are cringing at the idea of spending 30 whatever it is on a pressed powder, which my next powder is an expensive pressed powder, so whatever. But if I'm giving you options here, I'm giving you options. If you just love the Charlotte Tilbury formula, but you cringe at the idea of repurchasing it over and over again, try this one from MCO. It's so nice. And then last powder we're gonna chat about is this One Size powder. Girl, it's expensive. Like, I was like, if you don't wanna spend 30 something dollars on a powder, and meanwhile I bought this. This is Boucle Silk Airbrush Powder. It's honestly very similar to this Morphe one, but I just felt they were a little different. Like, this had more coverage than this one. This one I feel like doesn't really give as much coverage, but the finish is very similar, where it's like this, not super luminous, but also kind of blurring. It's just a really beautiful formula, and it's great, especially for mature skin. You're gonna really like this, but if you want something that has just a slight more coverage, this is gonna give you that. I find this is great on those no makeup days where I just throw on a little bit of concealer and I just wanna powder my face a little bit because I always feel like I have to powder. I live in Houston, Texas. This is one of those products. I felt like it was another standout product. These were, again, very similar. So if you're on the fence, try the Morphe first. Bronzers. I've got one bronzer to talk about, and it is a stick bronzer from Too Faced. I feel like this was a beautiful product. This is the Melting Bronzing and Sculpting Stick. Smells like chocolate, and I have these in multiple shades, and what I find about this particular cream bronzer product is that their shade range in this was phenomenal. Let me show you the tone of this one. If you're super fair and you want something cool, look at that. That is very hard to find in a cream bronzer nowadays. It is perfect for super fair skin, but they also have other tones which are a little bit darker. It's beautiful, smells like chocolate. Oh, it smells so good. If you hate scents in your makeup, you'll hate this, but if you're like, ooh, I smell good while I'm putting it on, you're gonna enjoy it. Now, 2 blushes to talk about. I wore the absolute crap out of these. I don't know if I wore much of anything else this year. And the liquid blush is the L'Oreal Lumi blush. It is so good. The shade Dewy Cool Pink, I think is what it's called. It is the most beautiful formula, so easy to work with. I like to dot a little on my hand and place it on the cheeks. It can be a little pigmented, but it is easy to blend out. I just don't love applying it straight to the cheeks. I prefer to apply to the hand and blend it out that way. It is beautiful, stunning. And then the powder blush, I love it to death. It's broken apart. These are so good. I don't even know the name of these. I've rubbed it all off. I think these are called the Essence Pure Nude blushes, and this is in the shade Rosy Rosewood. This shade is so good on my skin tone. I feel like it's beautiful, and you barely even need a highlighter with it. It's so lovely. Is it just me, or is eyeshadow so boring right now? What is going on? Can we have some innovation here? I remember getting so excited about eyeshadow palettes and all the different fun things that were getting released, and now it's just like we're wearing matte neutrals, including myself right now. Look at me, I'm just wearing some matte neutrals on my eyes. Like, what is wrong with us? We need to have some more fun. I was looking back at some of my old beauty photos and I'm like, girl, I used to have so much fun with my eyeshadow. What the hell happened to me? What happened? I think it's this clean girl movement where everything needs to look like we're not doing too much. We're barely wearing makeup. I think it's because y'all don't know how to apply makeup. Maybe eyeshadows will have a comeback. That's my rant. I've got 3 mascaras, and these were lovely. So the first is the one I've been using the longest, and it's the Paradise Big Deal Mascara. This is beautiful. The claims on it, if I remember correctly, is that you could keep layering this over and over again and it wouldn't clump. I actually agree with that. You can layer this a lot. Like, I mean, I wouldn't go past 3 or 4 layers, but it is fantastic. It gives you that volume, that lift, that separation, just like that baby doll fan look. So good. This is a tubing mascara that was released by Essence this year. It's called the Lash Without Limits, and tubing mascaras are either hit or miss for me. Either they're just way too wet and it's like you got 4 lashes. You know, you put it on and it's just like, I got 4 lashes. I want something that separates and gives that fluttery effect, and this does that for me. It is beautiful. I felt like this was such a great tubing mascara release this year. If you haven't tried it, it's also extremely affordable because it's Essence. If I'm not mistaken, it's also like $4.99. You cannot go wrong with that. Essence for the win. And then the last one I really was impressed by was the Dibs mascara. The only thing is, am I too old where I can't read the label? You have to like really squint to get it, but one side is a brown mascara primer with this rubbery wand to it, so it's a really good primer. And then on the other side you get a black mascara, or I think they have other shades honestly, and it is more of a bristly hourglass type of wand. It gives the most beautiful lift, separation, volume, like literally everything I love in a mascara, it's in this. Okay, last eye product I want to mention is so random, but I've worked with this brand on a couple of collaborations between last year and this year, and this is from Merle Norman. Yes, your grandma's Merle Norman is still around, and they're really freaking good. They are giving like matte quality, professional quality products. I was blown away. I didn't realize they were still a thing. Their formulas are fantastic, and I just don't want to go into all of the products I like, but I wanted to pick one of their products that I felt was a standout item for me, and it is their Soft Touch Eye Pencil. This crap does not freaking move on your waterline. I was amazed. I have not found one quite like this in a long time. They're hard to come by, and this does not move. Let me look at my face. Ah! Okay, I put this on like an hour ago. It'd be gone by now with other eyeliners. Yeah, it's still there. It's still there. I don't know what it is. This is the most amazing water liner. And then I wanted to mention this because this was a year of me wearing under lash lashes. I do DIY lash extensions a lot. I started doing this with half lashes. I will put a picture here of the ones that I like. I'll either use a half lash or I'll buy some wispies and cut them in half. And then I'll use a regular brush on lash glue, or I'll use something like this where I'll put a tubing mascara on, like the Essence one, and then I'll run this Kiss Mascara black lash glue through my lashes and then apply a half lash underneath my lashes. And I love the way that it looks. I mean, it's unclockable. You can look down and you're like, oh, is she wearing a strip lash? You wouldn't know. And it's easy because it's in one piece. You're not having to do all these different segments. It's just throwing it on and go. And I'm a pretty advanced lash user, so it's easy for me. If you're a beginner, I'm not sure if you'd like this, but I just felt like this year, this is what I was doing all year long. This combo of using the tubing mascara and then using this black adhesive on your natural lashes and then throwing a half lash on top does not damage your lash, because you have this tubing mascara on and then you wash it off and it just kind of slides off. The adhesive slides off as well. I'm a genius. I thought of this, like, hello, nobody thought of this. I thought of this, and I'm never gonna have a viral moment for something like this, but I'm a genius, okay? And if I'm really not feeling like, oh gosh, I don't wanna deal with this adhesive today, I'll just use a regular brush-on strip lash glue, hold it, let it dry, and then stick it on under. It's a little harder, a little bit more advanced that way, because it's a little trickier to get it into place as opposed to the adhesive that's like in a mascara wand. But I'm telling you, it's so good. Time for lip products. We're at the end when we're talking about lips. I feel like this was the year of lip stains. Even those peel-off stains were really popular last year. I don't like those. I feel like they just look patchy. They never look good. I feel like it's a gimmick. Don't even try it. But this stole my heart this year. Is the Huda Beauty lip stain markers. You have to store them upside down, and then this is the CoverGirl one. You got to store them upside down like this, so all of the ink goes to the bottom, and then they're the most amazing stains. And I have the whole line of the Huda Beauty ones because they sent me the whole line of them. I just love the applicator on these so much. And I will say the CoverGirl is fantastic. If you are on a budget, it is so similar, but I just don't love the tip applicator quite as much as I like the Huda. I also tried the NYX one. That was going super viral this year, and I just don't even think that holds a candle to these. You'll swipe it and then it just like runs out of ink by the time you get to the upper lip. I don't know. I feel like these work so much better. So if you are wanting to be a little bit bougie, I feel like the shades are incredible with the Huda ones, but if you are on a budget, definitely try the CoverGirl lip liner stains. And I like to just throw these on and then throw a gloss over it, which brings me to my next one. It is really, I've worn this to death this year, and it is the L'Oreal Plump Ambition Hyaluron Lip Oil. So it has like a little tingle to it. The shade Worth It, I am like scraping the bottom of this. This shade is the best. I'm gonna have to get another one. It has a little tingle to it, a little mintiness to it. This has a tint, or you can get one like this that doesn't really have a tint to it. It is so pretty, so cushy, so comfortable. It feels like a lip oil, has a little tingle to it, but it's not like spicy, you know? It's just everything I love. Okay. And then got two liners to talk about. I really loved the NYX Duck Plump lip liner this year, and this is in the shade Subtle Touch. I felt like this shade was insanely good. So beautiful, this beautiful neutral, deep neutral that works with so many lip combos. It is spicy though, so be aware of that. If you do not like plumping lip products, you probably won't like this. You can really tell when it's on. And then the last one, which is such an amazing release this year, are the, I can't even hold it, I keep dropping it. It is the Maybelline Lifter Liners. These are extremely long wearing. I have a couple of shades of these. The one I just swatched on my hand is Line Leader. It reminds me quite a bit of Pillow Talk, where it has that like rosy mauve tone to it, but they also have really great neutrals. Like the shade range in these lifter liners are fantastic. They're the best for nude lip combos. But I have been loving these two liners, wore the heck out of them this year. I was like, this is the year of the lip liner for me, because I feel like I just wore lip liners with gloss. That's what I did. That's just where I'm at. And that's everything. that we're gonna talk about today. Oh my gosh, I'm really excited to be back on YouTube again. So thank you so much for tuning in and supporting me, whether that be on Instagram or TikTok or other platforms that you have seen me on this year. I promise YouTube is a priority for me in 2026. I have missed it so much. I really love making long form content, so I'm in it. Let's be friends again. Subscribe if you are coming from my other social media platforms, because I wanna make low-key, chill, old school beauty content that we used to love. I'm tired of the really in-your-face, overstimulating beauty content. I want something low-key, you're talking to your best friend on FaceTime type of thing. Thank you for your support in 2026 moving forward, and I really appreciate you being here, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Bye!